And we're off and running, guys. We're recording this right now. Rogue Actions is back. 1 day late. My fault. Family holiday. We went away for a couple of days. It's a holiday here in Australia for me on Monday. So couldn't make it. Unfortunately, we're a day late, but better late than never. So we're up and about. Our boy Ram is here. Hello, mate. How are you, brother? Good morning. How's things? You all good?
Welcome
Everything
back.
well? We're back in this.
Yeah. Well, everything's great except for 3v3. But
You love 3v3, man. You love it. You had a serious rage for 3v3 that last round, man. I actually didn't see it. I heard it was just absolutely disgusting. Happy. I'm just annoyed I missed it, to be honest, because I love a good rage. But
it's almost got to the point now where I just go to threes. I'm like, I'm ready to rage. I'm already at the rage. Like, it doesn't take anything for tip over. So,
oh mate, it's rough. It's rough. I'm hearing you, but mate, some like it, some don't. The stupid thing is that for some reason I tend to do better in threes than I do in fives. I can't work it out because I'm not a massive fan either, but for some reason it likes me. I don't know. What can I say? So it's crazy stuff, man. But let's dive straight into it, of course. For those that haven't seen these videos before, there's 3 topics on my video, 3 topics on Ram's video. And Ram is, like, at the moment, like 100 subs, I think, from getting 1,000 subs right now. We're that damn close. I need you to hit Ram's video after you do this one. Make sure, please, you hit the subscribe button. We got to get this guy over 1,000. He's got like 100 left. You guys were amazing last week. I think he got something like 400 last week. It was absolutely insane.
it was over 500. It was ridiculous.
It was stupid. So, guys, we got 100 left. Let's get this guy over 1,000, and then we can get up and running, and everyone's a winner. We'd really, really appreciate it. Let's get into it, of course. The mini meme, dedicated, of course, to our boy Mini, gone too soon. The mini meme this week is pretty simple, but you're still coming to work, right? It's pretty straightforward. This is every single boss was thinking the same thing.
This is military life every day.
But you're still coming to work, right? That's it. So it's an oldie but a goodie. It's a classic, but it works. It's as simple as that. But it's a pretty funny one. But look, we've got a lot of stuff, of course, dropped in the last week or so. We've all seen it. Some of it's already in game. The Jedi Survivor characters are starting to be released now. Or I mean, let's be honest, they're Jedi Fallen Order a couple of years too late. Let's be clear about that one. But better late than never, but of course, Calcastus, we've all got it in our accounts now. If the marquee was last week, so if you haven't worked on it already, it's sitting there ready to go, and it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. But we've also, of course, got Seer coming. We know that Tarfel's coming. We know, of course, that Saw Gerrera is coming as well. There's some really, really cool characters coming to this game that we've been.
Marin.
Yeah, and Marin. Oh, my God. There's just so many. It's crazy. And there's still more as well at some point, which is even wilder. So we're not even done with that. But which one gets you most excited, Ram? Which one are you pumped about, brother? That's what I want to know firstly.
It's difficult, man. It's difficult to choose. But I am obviously a huge fan of Calcastus. I love Calcastus. I think it's going to be awesome getting both versions, Hero's Journey and the Marquee in them. And they look phenomenal. But man, shout out to Desi. I need my Night Sister loving. Marin, I hope and pray as she is going to just turn the faction upside down over on his head and just give it a whole new smack love, because it's ooh, I love my Night Sisters. They're fun.
Yeah, it definitely needs it. And I mean, if you bring Marin in, and they're supposed to strengthen Night Sisters, if we can't beat the bloody Night Sister Assault Battle Tier 3 with it, just take it back again and just delete it. Yep. Honestly, I mean, it's as simple as that. This character needs to be that plug-in piece that completes, I think it's Secrets and Shadows Assault Battle, if I'm correct, off the top of my head.
Yep.
So that
even Tier 2, I'd say even Tier 2. Like, Tier 2 is still, I have Relic 5, Relic 7 Night Sisters, and I'm still like, I beat it once, and I was able to 3-star it, and now I can sim it, and I'm done.
I still can't even sim it. I just can't even sim it. Like, it's just stupid. So, I mean, we need to be able to plug Marin in.
Game mode's been out for how long?
Exactly. Yeah, it's been around for years. Absolutely. It's been around for a long time. And it's something, obviously, that we absolutely need addressed, I feel, anyway. Certainly, this character needs to play again, finish that off. I'd be more than satisfied with that, honestly. I
Yeah.
don't want any more than that. If it's got viability in other game modes, fantastic. I'm absolutely wrapped. But Marin absolutely needs to at least make sure it puts a massive dent in that assault battle. Otherwise, there's no point having her in at all. That's my opinion, straight up. But let us know in the comments below about that one. Tarful, of course, is coming as well to round out the Wookiee faction, you would think. In territory battles, of course, there's a Wookiee node, Wookiee's only node, which is pretty rough. It's pretty rough. I mean, it gets the job done, make no mistake. I've beaten it with the current Wookiees we have, but mine are all pretty stupidly relicked because we do really dumb stuff with our account here, of course, Ram, as you know. But for most people, just not achievable. But Tarful obviously should make that event, seamless, you would expect as well, Ram, you'd think?
I would absolutely expect, and I'm pretty sure that's why Tarful's coming out. It's just so that they can. I'm hoping that they give a Wookiee tag, and then they just start. It's able to make that node really easy and give a lot of good synergy for the Wookiee faction.
Yeah.
There's a lot of love for the Wookiees.
Yeah.
People like them.
Yep, no, absolutely is. So that's all amazing. Of course, we've also got Saw Gerrera, as we mentioned as well, coming, which is awesome. Way too late. We've been asking for this for a long time. Huge fan favorite, cult status. Obviously, going to bump up some rebels, you would think. Of course, that makes perfect sense. What sort of rebel team is he going to bump up, though? That's the question. That's what I'm not sure about, Ram. Any ideas on sort of, what impact he's going to have, what teams you might run with him? What are you thinking?
With him, he could be a plug and play ideally. Obviously the version we're getting, I'm assuming, is the Jedi Fallen Order version. So it's going to be the version based off of Rogue One, the version based off of obviously Andor and Forrest Whitaker's version.
Yeah.
But he was obviously in the Galactic Republic. He was in with Rebels. Like he's been all over the place. So ideally, I'd like to see him, bump up the Mon Mothma faction, the Rebel Fighter faction.
Yes.
That would be really nice. Or even make 2 separate teams, and so you have your Mon Mothma, but then all your other Rebel fighters, like Bodhi Rook that nobody uses, or Hoth Rebel Soldier, things like that, and he just kind of allows them to punch up a little bit like Mon Mothma does. That would be really really fun to see happen. I'll be honest, I'm surprised he was coming to the game. I'm happy, but I was surprised because, like you said, years late. We've been asking for this character for a while, and it just kind of never seemed to happen. And so,
yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, look, I think that, I mean, it's not going to get. I can't see him getting other characters to team up with. I think this is going to be really the only iteration. I'd love to see a plug and play. I'd like to see him plug and play a little bit more. Certainly, light side plug and play, as you said, working across those different areas for sure. It'd be really, really cool. Maybe some synergy later on with Luthen, possibly. That could be cool. If Luthen comes to the game.
We need Luthen in the game for that one.
Yeah, like that. That to me would make a bit of sense. I think that would be really, really cool for what we've seen so far. But yeah, Mothma is certainly, there's some synergy there with that whole Rebel cell. That would be really, really
I'd
cool.
say Rebel fighters, and then I think he could be a either a scoundrel or a smuggler. I wouldn't be disappointed seeing either one of those tags either. I think they both will fit the character really well.
I like it,
because I don't know if by this point would he really count as much as a rebel? He's not really. He's a rebel because he's going against the Empire, but he's not really.
He's not a rebel
with the rebels. He's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Side by side with the rebels.
He's not running around with the orange jumpsuit on, is he? I mean, let's be honest.
No.
So he's definitely not doing that. But yeah, look, let us know in the comments below. You're happy about that? Now, of course, we've been waiting for Cal Kestis for quite some time, Ram, and because we've been waiting, of course, we're going to get 2 of them because one's not enough, and of course Sarah as well, which is pretty cool. And we're going to talk a little bit, obviously, about your video with the Omicrons around Cal Kestis, of course, because this is an interesting one. And again, this is, according to our boy Ram, it's a bit of a can of worms. So we're going to come back and we're going to have a chat in his video about that. The link will be below, and you got to hit the follow button, otherwise I'll get cross. So you got to get in and do that in a minute. But certainly happy with Cal. I mean, activating, Fulcrum. Ahsoka Tano, really, really interesting, I think, and I'm fascinated on how it's all going to play out. But the actual character itself looks pretty cool. We got BD1 finally in the game as well. That's a win for me. Way too late, but we're gonna get 2 of them. Legendary event as well. What's the legendary event gonna bring in comparison to the one that we got in the game already? That's the other question. Like,
Well, so the easiest thing to say is obviously this version was based off of Jedi Fallen Order, where he's, this is before he's established himself as returning to the Jedi arts and all that stuff. He's just kind of trying to hide out from the Empire. He never really completed his Padawan training and all that stuff. So, I mean, this version makes sense to be an unlined Force user. Perfect sense. Boost up that faction considerably. Can't wait to see what Seer does with that. But with the Jedi Survivor version, obviously we're anticipating that one's gonna be a Jedi.
yeah,
And I'm interested to see what it can do with the Jedi faction, because obviously you have Jedi Master Luke there, you have Jedi Knight Luke, you have Jedi Knight Revan, which is already a can of worms with that Jedi faction. He's the whole reason this whole mess with the Jedi started in the first place.
yep.
So I'll be interested to see what kind of synergy he has with the Jedi faction and what he brings to the table and who he can boost up. Ideally, I'd like to see him boost up some other. Maybe they give a second tag to Jedi that survived Order 66, or Jedi that were on the Jedi Council. Maybe we get the fabled Jedi Council tag, and he works well with some of them, considering he was
I know where this is
around the
going.
same time. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I know where this is going. I know what you're doing.
Mace has found his home. I think Mace has found his home.
Oh, here we
Jedi
go.
Knight, Jedi Master Kenobi.
Here we go. Jeez, it didn't take him long to come around to that, did it? Did not take long at all, people. Unbelievable.
Well,
Seriously.
I have to plug in Mace somewhere in the video.
For God's sake, I tell you what. Be happy with what you got. Don't push your luck, all right? Straight up. So let us know in the comments below what you guys think. Yeah, obviously the new Jedi one makes sense. I'm really interested to see what the Jedi version of Cal Kestis is going to break, because I just feel that as soon as they touch the Jedis, we're going to be heading down the path of something really, really interesting. That's what I feel, because normally when it comes to those cool character additions, there's some sort of broken mechanic or something, or some sort of loop, or I hope we don't get to that. Make no mistake, but we're just gonna have to wait and see how that all plays out.
I'm expecting the character to get released broken.
Yeah, 100%. 100% that's going to be broken. Absolutely. So anyway, let us know in the comments below what you guys think. I hope we're wrong, though. Love to be wrong. Make no mistake. Love your CG, but we've seen this all before. So anyway, let us know. All right, now spoiler alert, people, because we need to talk about last week, okay? We need to talk about last week. Spoiler alert, we're going to be talking about Mando, the newest episode. Minds of Mandalore, it is madness. We're going to talk about that in a second. So if you don't want to watch it, or if you haven't seen it yet, and spoiler alert, you've been warned. 3, 2, 1, okay, let's get into it.
Pause the video. Do not watch any further. Go watch Mando.
That's right. Okay, you ready?
Now that you've watched Mando, here we go.
Yeah, you've had your warning. It's on you now. Mythosaur. What the actual is that? It's badass. It's amazing, dude. It's incredible.
That was awesome to see them finally bring the Mythosaur into Star Wars, into actual canon. Like we know that the bones have been canon with Boba Fett all the way back to Empire Strikes Back when we saw Boba Fett's armor. That was awesome to see there, but like, just the reaction from Bo-Katan underwater, under a mask. Can I just say the cinematography and the acting and directing and producing of that? You've given these characters facial expressions and expressions while having a mask underwater.
Yeah,
you can't see their face, and you just know what they're feeling. You know what they're going through. It's flawless. I love it. I love what they're doing with it.
It is absolutely incredible. What an amazing episode. Of course, hey, never Grogu to me, always Baby Yoda. Let's be clear about that. Baby Yoda was incredible. Absolute badass. It was so cool.
Doing all the flips and the force powers. And,
it's so cool. It's
guiding all the way back to Bo-Katan by himself. Like, I mean, that was just,
It was incredible.
This episode was, first episode was good, set the tone for the season. This episode, definitely what we needed to just jumpstart it.
Yeah. It just, there's just so much about it that I love. The Darksaber, of course, Bo-Katan using the Darksaber again was amazing. Even the,
you can see the difference between her and Mando.
Yeah.
Mando uses it and he struggles, and it's heavy for him. Bo-Katan, you can tell that she's used it before. Obviously, we know, but you can tell that she's got an affiliation with it. She knows how to use it. She knows how to handle it. She knows all those strengths and weaknesses of it. So That's awesome to see.
Yeah, yeah, just the use of the dark saber, and even like the actual. I mean, let's call it what the spider bot or whatever it was. I don't know what they call it, but that was amazing. The Grievous looking sort of bot
Mhm.
there. That was really super cool. I mean, it really was. Scared the crap out of me when it jumped out of the
It's like a
ground though.
combination of like Grievous and like the robot out of RoboCop.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good explanation. You're absolutely right. Yep, that was unreal. I didn't even think of that. So it was just the whole thing, just from go to woe, was just absolutely incredible. It was an amazing episode. I
Mhm.
absolutely loved it. I love Baby Yoda kicking butt. I want to see more of that this season. Like, that's just what we want. That needs to
Yeah.
happen. And of course, it's good to see him on Mandalore. I mean, it's really cool to head back to the planet, and obviously, we're going to be seeing more from there. You would think from here on in, which obviously makes me pretty excited. So,
Kind of heartbreaking, man, because like when I'm watching the Mandalore scenes, I'm trying to piece apart like, okay, well, where are they at? Where do I think they're at? Whatnot? And you could see the dome,
yeah,
you can see the remnants of the dome. But
yeah,
like the last time we saw the dome was in Clone Wars season 7, and I mean, you saw that the dome was well intact. It took some damage from Clone Wars and whatnot, but you could see the dome was well intact. You
mm,
saw Ahsoka and Maul fighting in there and whatnot. You could see the streets lined with clones versus Mandalorians and whatnot.
yeah,
Uh, and this one, it's just completely trashed, demolished
yeah.
everything, and you're just like, wow, this
Yeah.
is a story to tell right here.
Yeah, yeah, it was just a shell. It was a home. I mean, it absolutely would sting, no doubt. And Katie Sackhoff's acting was, oh my god, like right through,
Perfect. Perfect.
flawless, absolutely flawless. And I can't wait to actually meet her as well when I come across to Denver pretty soon. It's pretty exciting. I've already got the meet and greet locked in, so I'm pretty pumped about that. But yeah, I mean, that whole episode
Get in
just,
your pants.
oh man, just from top to bottom was just class. It's just movie quality stuff every single week. It's magnificent. I'm so thrilled about it, and it was worth the wait because we've been waiting for a while, but it's
Absolutely.
absolutely worth the wait. But let us know in the comments below what you guys thought about it. We'd love to hear your opinion on everything, of course. Anything about Jedi Survivor or anything about Mando, pop it in downstairs for the comments. Put it in below. We'd love to hear from you guys as well. Not done yet. Part 2 still coming. We're almost done, but we're not quite. We've still got 3 more topics to cover. We're at the halfway mark. So get the link is below for Ram's video, which is the other half of this video. It's in the description. Can't miss it. Go check it out. Jump over there, hit the follow button, the subscribe button, and then of course check that out and enjoy the other half of it. We're not done yet, but we'll again see you next week. Maybe Monday. We'll see how we go. We're aiming for Monday. See you soon, guys. Take care. Bye.